to another episode of SB and Roxy, where we have conversations for the everyday woman by two everyday women. All right, my friend, we have to talk about dating at a certain age. Um, Recently, I had coffee with another girlfriend, and she's always been encouraging me to do online dating, right? And so I'm a more of an organic girl. You know, if I naturally meet you, then that's my way. That's the way I've always done it. She's like, well, try something different. But this time she comes to coffee and she's like, I fully understand now why you don't do the online dating. Because she'd been encouraging another friend to do the same. And she did. And she was like, let me show you some of the people that responded to her profile.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, there was this one guy, one picture I remember very vividly. I don't know if he was passed out or he was asleep, but his face was beet red. And this was like his profile picture. Like, I was like, oh, no, no, ma'am. No, 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 no. See, this is what I've been telling you is probably there. And I wasn't trying to find out. So let me ask you, have you ventured into the online dating? Have you done that before? What are your feelings about it? What?
I did do online dating, again, through encouragement of my friends after divorce. And it wasn't for me. I tried
Okay.
different sites. I found the first site, I thought that people were just looking for sex and very
Mhm.
open about it, and that embarrassed me.
Mhm.
Um, I've done sites where it's more like they set you up. So like, uh, companies that, men would pay to help them find a
Okay.
date.
Okay.
And that's kind of great because you get more pictures that way. And that
Okay.
probably was the best experience I've had with the matchmaking sites, that cost money.
Okay.
But I was watching a documentary on on the platforms like Netflix or something. It was on the Ashley Madison.
Uh-huh.
Is it called Ashley Madison? That was the
Mhm.
real popular dating site, like in
Mhm.
the early 2000s, I believe,
Mhm.
that
I remember. Mhm.
very popular, where I guess it was really marketed to have affairs, right? But I think what happened, the downfall of Ashley Madison, that men were saying that these aren't even real profiles. So like they were clicking on people and they were getting this pan answer from everyone. And the women were beautiful, but they were fake profiles. And so, you know, and that was an expensive paid site. That was a multi-million dollar company that fell flat,
Uh-huh.
because, unfortunately with time as they expanded overseas, they couldn't keep up with the demand. So they were creating fake profiles to keep people coming to the site.
Got it.
So I wonder sometimes, when you're doing this, are you really getting real people? And, maybe they're real, but you probably definitely aren't getting great pictures, and if they are good pictures, is that really them?
Mhm.
So it's kind of up in the air, what do you do? You don't know until you actually meet the person face to face and say, okay, well, their face is cute, but they've got a gut, right? Or maybe their body's bomb, but their face is tapped. So it's tough. It's tough out there.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I will also say this. I am guilty of being one of those. I'm not going to call it a fake account
Hmm.
because I did a commercial for this company. And we had to, that was part of our contract. We had to be on the site and make it appear as if we were there to date people. Now, maybe some of the other people in the commercial did that, but
Hmm. Hmm.
I would just go in and swipe left or right or whatever it was that we were supposed to do. I can't remember if it was a check or whatever it was. I did that until I received my checks, all my checks from them, and then I was
Hmm.
done. I was
Hmm.
off.
Hmm.
So it's like, I'm not doing, so yes, there are some people on there that are plants or fakes or whatever. I experienced that firsthand just being on one, and I stayed on there for, I think it was 3 months that contract lasted. So I was just waiting for checks to come in. And I wasn't really responding to people. I'd like some here or there just in case the company was watching, but
Hmm. Hmm.
I wasn't trying to date anybody on that site. Um,
But I have friends where it's been a success. I've had much younger
yeah.
friends who did the swipe left, right, left thing.
Yeah.
You know, you meet somebody at the corner on the corner and you go. You know, so I think younger people are more open to this as it was kind of how they were raised with it. Whereas for me, it's
Yeah.
so foreign and I'm fearful, right? And
Uh-huh.
intimidated by it. But then I have friends who are my age who did some other sites and same thing. You kind of put it in there who lives close. And they were very successful in finding a really nice mate. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
it's
So
kind of luck of the draw.
that same friend that I met for coffee, okay,
Mhm,
her son actually met his girlfriend, current girlfriend, on a dating site.
mhm,
Again, that younger group.
mhm,
And then I also have a friend in Houston that I called her the habitual dater. Like
mhm.
she just loved the fact that she was able to have access and date all these different men, but
Yeah.
she wasn't really trying to commit to anybody. It's not like she was trying to find love or commit to
Mhm, mhm,
somebody. She just used it as a source of dating somebody
mhm.
different every couple of days or so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess it works for some
And that sounds
people.
like fun, right? So you
Yeah,
definitely, if you're looking to date or, meet new friends, you're definitely not gonna do it sitting at home with your windows closed and sitting on the couch watching,
yeah, you got to get out of your
the
house. You really
shows. You got to get out. And that is
do.
one way to increase your options
Mhm.
to meet more people, whether it's friends, whether it's for a serious relationship or just someone to spend time with. It definitely does create more options for men and women.
Okay. Okay. So here's another thing I saw. All right. Reading this article entitled Hospice Husbands.
Hmm.
So there are men of a certain age out there that are dating and aren't sharing their medical history with whomever they're dating. And I'm talking once they're seriously dating, right?
Are these like
So
really old men? Like, what are you talking?
yeah. Well,
Okay.
I don't want to be ageist here, but
Okay.
let's say 60, 65 plus maybe, and
Hmm.
they're dating much younger women.
Hmm.
Okay. And these women are having fun, traveling, going to dinner, et cetera, et cetera. And then they get the woman to marry them. And
Hmm.
then that's when all the doctor's visits start. They start including or asking her to come to the doctor's visit. The one woman who wrote the article, she was saying it was like an immediate switch and change. They went from flying all over the place and dinners and plays and etc. to doctor visit after doctor visit and then hospital in the hospital. And then he died.
Mm.
He died like within 6 months. And here's the other gotcha.
Hmm.
She was married to him, but the children
Hmm.
got all the money because his will had been set in place for all this time, but he had been ill for a long period of time and never shared that
Well,
information.
that's like caveat emptor, buyer beware, right? You buy a used car, you better check under the hood first, right? And if you're gonna marry someone, you gotta take that time to do your proper background
Yeah,
investigation, or else,
yeah,
that's the risk you take. Unfortunately, if they're that young and they're not aware of wills and how that tracks in various states,
right,
that's unfortunate, right? So I guess
right.
that the next time they would know.
So
But
young ladies beware. Young ladies beware.
But that could go both ways too. I mean, women who are dating
That's
younger
true.
men, a younger man who's in their 30s, even 40, dating a woman who's in their 50s, that woman may also be going to, on monthly follow-ups with their doctor for various conditions, may have a little high blood sugar, maybe a little high blood pressure, right? Maybe they got to go to the gynecologist because they're getting in menopause.
Yeah,
So, but those aren't things you're going to discuss with a younger man because you're going into menopause. You're not going to discuss, oh my God, I have high
that's a
blood
great
sugars or
point.
whatever.
That's a great point. So,
Yeah.
so what are they doing when they have the hot flashes? Are they just like, whoo, I got to step outside for a moment? How do you play that off?
Or you
You
better be
know?
on some good medication so you don't have the hot flashes, right?
Okay, that's
That means
true.
at night you gotta hide you taking those pills at night too. A handful of medication. So
That's a great point. That's a great point. Okay, okay. Speaking, you just brought up something else. You just brought up something else. So I'm a huge Sex and the City fan. I know, as are you. I know that as well. So, but the new spinoff. So let me just throw this at you. How would you feel about somebody you just started dating, and say this is the first time that you invited them to sleep over, right? Stay at your home, and he pulls out his penis pump That's literally what happened. Spoiler alert for everybody that watches. And just like that, that's what happened on the most recent episode. And I so was not ready. I so was not ready. I'm like literally, pause to have the ED discussion. They're already heated, right? They're already messing around. He pauses for this conversation, and then she's like, okay, we'll work, we'll see what happens. And then all of a sudden he gets up and he just pulls out the penis pump. And
I'd be alarmed. First of all, I've never seen one. And if you're married to someone and you're growing old together, and then
that's different.
you're having that conversation, you're going to the doctor together, and you're looking at all your options, and maybe they chose not to do an ED medication, which I think most men do. I wouldn't want to see that. That's awful. I'm
And
sorry that people go up to
you
do it, but
really
that's
just
bad.
broke up all of
It's over after that. The
the
arousal is
ambiance
gone,
in here.
right?
Like it's just gone. Like, could you have gone to the bathroom or something? Trick me for a little while, and then we can have a discussion afterwards or something. I just thought, and I said, oh my gosh, I hadn't even thought about this. The only other time I saw this situation was on another show I was watching, but it wasn't in the situation where it's the first time you're getting together, you're going to have sex, and then the person pulls out this penis pump. But I will say this, that's not just older men. Like you said, a lot of men are experiencing this issue. When I was in college, okay, big man on campus, and he chased me and chased me and chased me. I finally started dating him. So the first time I thought maybe it's stage fright, maybe because, he wanted to date all this time, and I never would, and maybe it's stage fright. So I gave him another chance.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, what, 19, 20, he couldn't have been older than 21. And the second time he still couldn't get it up. And I was like, oh my God, what is happening? Because I didn't think this happened. I was aware that this happened with men, but definitely not at that age. Now, in hindsight, I probably think maybe he was drinking too much. Maybe it was something else going on. But I was like, wow. And I'm seeing those commercials more and more with younger people on them. Yeah. So, I mean,
40 and up is typical, right? And also, definitely can be exacerbated by stress, by alcohol, by other underlying conditions. They say a lot of times the erectile dysfunction can be a symptom or precursor of other conditions in the body going on, like heart disease, for example. So, but if you are a young person dating an older man, you have to expect, that there may be something going on, that they may need a little help. So I just wouldn't want to see it. I wouldn't want to see them take the pill ahead of time. I didn't want to know about it. So if that's what you got to do your thing. Don't tell me about it.
Just come ready
make
to
sure
go.
It's taken care of. Right. The deed can be done. Right.
Oh my goodness. So now this is another thing. Amongst some of our friends, I've heard this conversation as well. You can grow to like or love somebody. Just like hang out, just start dating them, and maybe they'll grow on you. And then, maybe will develop into something else. And I'm a chemistry person. Like I have to sit in across from you at a table and want to jump your bones. Like I have to feel that. I have to think that. What about you? Because I know I have some other girlfriends that they're like, oh, it's great. We're great friends. They'll say a whole bunch of other stuff before they're really attracted to this person. They just love having sex with them. They want to be they'll say a whole lot of other things before that. So what are your thoughts on that?
It's immediate connection, attraction for me. I've never had a situation where I grew to love or like someone. It's like either it's immediate or it's just not there for me.
Okay.
No, I've had that immediate attraction, then it's gotten stronger, right, with time, but not that I thought, oh, they'd be a great friend and let me spend time and maybe I'll learn to, that's not me. That's not me. But it's
I
great for people who want, a friend, but it depends on what your needs are and your priorities, right, for a relationship and what's
yeah.
important to you.
Girl, I've been celibate too long. I need all of it. I need everything. I need you to come with everything. I can't be waiting for other shit to show up. I
Right.
just can't. I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I hear that conversation a lot. They're looking at which you do want to have some things in place. I'm not dating anybody that's still playing video games. I'm not dating anybody that I have to financially take care of. I'm not doing that. I mean,
Mhm.
I raised my child. I'm not raising any more children.
Mhm.
So there's that. But the person that I'm going to be with, I can't foresee putting all these other things on my list. And then, oh, and if that piece comes along eventually, then I'm good with that. If not, I'll still be okay. I've never been able to do that. I just haven't. So
And I
yeah.
don't think that's being too picky. A lot of times they say, "Oh, that women are just too picky. It's why don't have a relationship." I think it's knowing what you want, and I think the older you are, I think you definitely are pretty sure of what you don't want, and I think you have a really good
Yeah.
idea of the framework of a man that or person that you do want to
Mm.
have a relationship with. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So real quickly, where can women or men, where do people meet? Where are some great places for you? Like, what would be your top three to meet someone?
Wherever I am.
That's a good answer.
Where I
That's a
am.
good answer.
I say, and probably your mother told you, just do what you enjoy doing
Yeah.
and you'll meet that same kind of person. I think that's true too. I think,
Yeah.
if you have certain interests, if you love working out, maybe go run on the beach or, get involved in a running club, at least, you got people with the same interests. I think you do have to be out of the house. You got to be out doing stuff.
Yeah, for
If you
sure.
like art shows, if that's what you like doing, go to a gallery. I've heard friends who've met folks
I have.
antique shopping, right?
I have.
On the beach or,
Yeah.
a cute little village. Um, and I travel a lot. And I would think that I would meet more people traveling
Hmm.
on planes, airports. That would be kind of neat because you're always kind of free to talk to people. I
Right.
just don't. And I don't know if everyone's so focused on getting to their flight and I don't know. I don't meet people at the airport, but you would think that would be kind of an easy place to meet people on the plane or the airline club or I don't know, waiting in line for the flight. But it just doesn't happen.
Okay.
It's weird. So where would I like to meet people? I think just out doing things that I enjoy doing.
Uh-huh.
Um, Maybe when you're out with your friends at a nice outside venue in the summertime, maybe having a little lunch and a beverage, you know, fun things where it's not stressful. When I was younger, you met people at the club, right? You're dancing, it was dark, you really
The
couldn't
club
you
and
couldn't
the
talk, you
gym.
couldn't
Yeah.
hear
The club and the gym.
in the
Hmm.
gym. And the gym was good. I still work out at the gym, so that's actually a good place too. Because then you can see the body and everything. You put it all out there. So
That's true. That I had that one bad experience, which we've talked about already, where the guy started stalking me afterwards. After I said I don't want to date, and then I can't get on my favorite treadmill anymore. I'm switching up times to come to the gym and all that.
yeah,
So it can. I try
that's
to
a
don't.
one-off, but
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you meet someone at the grocery store and then you can't go back shopping again. So I don't know because they were stalking the grocery store is good too. So
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
a
yeah,
friend whose mother always says you better put on your high heels when you go to the store because you are single, her mother tells her. So she
okay,
has to
well,
wear a high heel
listen,
sandal to the grocery store.
listen. My daughter believes in that. She does not leave the house without heels. So
Really?
yes, yes. My daughter's like, I'm always going to be ready. So
Okay. Okay, that's good. All right.
yes, she does not. She does not.
Maybe I
So
should
I
get out of my flats then.
guess, I guess wherever you play, right?
Yeah,
Play, have fun.
yeah,
And
that's
and
true.
then maybe that's where you're gonna find that person that has those same type of interest and just having a good time. And you meet somebody casually like that as opposed to like trying to intentionally orchestrate because you brought up the art gallery. I met a great guy at an art gallery.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't work out, but still, it was a great time while it lasted. It
Hmm.
was really
Hmm. Hmm.
good. Um, so
But you
yeah,
mentioned have a good time, and I think that's important for everyone. I mean, we all go through life, we have ups and downs, but generally, the aura that you portray and you put off is what people receive. And
yes.
so if you're closed up and angry or whatever's going on, people are going to see that in you, and it's going
Mhm.
to probably prevent them from wanting to step forward and introduce themselves. But if you have a nice, open demeanor about yourself, and um, you know, try and look for the good things in life to be happy about, having gratitude for the day and then go into the
Right,
market with your high heels on, right? You're
right.
going to be more appealing to someone than if you're feeling bad and you're carrying worry on your face. So
Yeah.
yeah, have fun. Enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy being where you are at that
Uh-huh.
moment.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That just kind of touched on the last thing I was going to bring up, because sometimes you're out with your friends having a good time. And I have found, and we found, because we've been out together, and it's
Mhm,
like men don't approach. And I
mhm,
think I don't know if it's the number of women, or I don't know what it is. So here's one of my little tactics that I do, and I'm going to share these with anybody out there that might need to, pick up a few tips here. Guys, first of all, if we give you more than one look, come in, come, because we're not looking at you a second time if we're not
yeah,
interested, right?
yeah.
So if we keep, the eye contact, that's a sure sign. But also what I do is I purposely separate myself
Mm,
from
that's
the
good.
girls.
Yep.
I'll be back in a minute, and I just go take a walk and peruse around the room, see
Yeah.
what's what, see who's in
And
there.
smile, say hello if you see something you
Smile,
like,
say
right?
hello, be
Hey,
inviting.
hey,
There you go.
open
There you
yourself
go.
up, right? Because I feel for men who are in that situation, and there's a group of six girls, and there's one they have their eye on, but who wants to walk up and be rejected, right? And humiliated.
Yeah.
And I feel for men who have to do that. So I think it helps
Yeah.
women if they're more open, or if you see a couple young men, hey, why don't you guys come over and join us? Hey, this is
That's
Betsy,
good
this
too.
is Susan, I'm Joy, whatever. And so it's a more of a friendly environment, right? So I think we can all do
That's
a better
good
job
too.
of that.
That's good too. So
Hmm.
there is hope out there, ladies, of any
Absolutely.
men and
Absolutely.
women of any age. I think we'll do another one where we'll do the Gen Z millennials and see what they're dealing with, what
Oh,
they're
yeah.
working with out there.
Hmm.
We need to get that
Hmm.
conversation out there. But anything else you want to add
No,
to?
no, I've gotten a lot out of this. And
Okay.
maybe I'll be more open to that social media stuff, right?
Yes.
Social
Yes,
media dating
absolutely.
apps, I should say.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I truly, I think getting out there more, just being in spaces and engaging
Hmm.
in the things that you love and you enjoy,
Hmm.
because once you're out there having that fun, it just radiates off of you, that
Oh
energy,
yeah, yeah,
and that
yeah.
that just attracts people,
Hmm.
period.
Hmm.
So you're bound to run into or find somebody when you're just out there having a good time,
I
just
know,
enjoying
being
yourself,
you, right? Doing you, being the
doing
best
you
self,
and
being your
enjoying
best
life.
self. Yeah.
Yes, girlfriend. Yes. Yes. Well, thank you
Okay.
everyone for joining us for another episode of SB and Roxy. You can find all of our handles here that's coming up on this last page, but connect with us on social media. Watch all the previous episodes on YouTube, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Okay. Bye.